Well, good morning internets. Here we are. We have ourselves a start to another day. I'm not sure what this day is going to hold, but it'll be, well, a day nonetheless. One more day forward, one more step forward, and, well, another round we go in this crazy life, in this crazy world. And yeah, welcome to our vlog. So, here we go. Well, it's been another few days, but that's the way she works out. Been focusing on a few things a little bit closer to home here. Dealing with some things that I have to deal with myself. A lot of ups and downs, a lot of emotions, a lot of second guessing and wondering what ifs, but you can't really wonder what ifs because what had to be is what actually transpired and happened, so you pretty much just, well, move on forward from that. In other news, I did get 3 Maxwell's World videos edited up. They are Drumheller related videos, which will be going live probably in another 3 weeks to a month or so. There's a ton of other content too that I haven't tried to edit up yet, but that's mainly driving footage that I'll try to insert in here and there now and again. By no means am I back uploading full time, you know, every day, sometimes 32 or 33 videos in a month, and that was an unrealistic schedule to keep. Unrealistic, especially for one person to do it all, as well as dealing with other things in your life too. Eventually something had to give, and yeah, and when it gave way big. But today I got me some running around I'm wanting to do. I need to go check the fan mail box. I should put some fuel in the truck here, because, well, you never know, right? A spontaneous road trip might be in order. And, well, it's good to have fuel in it because, well, it is what it is. You ever been on social media and you come across a post, somebody asking for something or somebody posting something for sale, and then there's like 60 comments below it that has really nothing to do with the original post itself? It's just people attacking the original poster because of their grammar or their spelling or their punctuation or the fact they didn't use Google instead of just going right to Facebook, you know, and it's things like that. You know, why do we attack one another over silly things? Why can't we build each other up or ask them to clarify the question a little bit and then do your best to answer it without attacking them? You know, maybe they don't know how to use Google, but yet they know how to use Facebook. Some people are like that. Maybe they can't, maybe they don't know how to get on the internet on their phone, but yet their phone will do Facebook, but yet they can't find Google, you know. I've got relatives that are technology impaired, and they need help once in a while, and, you know, I don't attack them because they try to use whiteout on the computer screen instead of actually pressing the delete button. Some of us weren't raised around computers from the day we were born. Some of us had to learn the very hard way. For me, computers were just coming into the schools as I was leaving, so everything I've learned about computers I've done on my own, crash course or paying attention to people around me. And it's like, it's that way all over the place. You know, there's a new cashier at the till and people are harassing her because she's not as fast as the one that was there for 5 years, you know. Give her time, give her patience. It's a baffling job. If you've ever worked retail, ever worked cash, you'll know that it's the kind of job that is very high paced, high pressure, and you're the first one to get the stick when the customer's angry. You know, it goes on like that, and I've said it before, and I don't know if I've said it in the vlogs, but somebody could write their psychological paper just based on social media alone. How it brings out the worst in people, how social media is not really social, it's more of a pecking ground and bullying ground for cowards that don't want to get up out of their chair and walk down the street and punch their neighbor in the mouth. They just spout off on social media because they don't want to actually deal with the issue themselves. And it's kind of one of them things that makes you question why you're even on there, because other than posting links to my videos and some classified ads and things like that, I really don't have much business on there, nor do I really have much time spent on there either, especially not anymore. But I guess it is what it is. That's the way the world is. That's the way the world was, and probably the world will continue to be. You know, you look at the animal species and they're the same way. They pick on the weakest link and the sick ones, and the ones aren't well as well. They pick on them until they push them out of the crowd, push them out of the nest per se. It's up to the kind ones in our lives to pick up the slack and try to help out those that need to be helped out, not just step on them or step over them or ignore them at their time of need. But that being said, guys, gonna head out and about and get a few things done, and we'll see you right back here later on. Well, hello YouTubes, here we are. Well, kind of continuation with this morning's little bit of topic about how everybody knows everything and how everybody knows what you should and should not do, and how everybody is perfect and you are not. Or apparently that's what they think anyway. Observing the way they treat other people and even the way I've been treated in the last little while with some of the choices I've had to make in my life. Since getting rid of the house, selling all my tools, you know, trailers, trucks, all that stuff, I've had tons of people come up offering me their advice and telling me how I should or should not have done it, you know, and it's like, okay, you know, maybe getting rid of the house was not a very wise thing to do after 12 years of being there, and equity and all that imaginary stuff and that you've built up in the house that really wasn't there because you've refinanced so many times that you actually owed more now 12 years later than you actually paid for the house, and you really haven't made any headway at all on paying for the actual mortgage. So yeah, and as with a bunch of other things that was going on too, that these judgmental people had no idea what was going on, but when I was asking for help, they were nowhere around. But the moment I give up and things are gone, they start coming out of the woodwork and giving me advice, but yet even still, they're not willing to help now. And it's like, just go back under your bridge and leave me alone kind of a thing, right? Because someday, you know, they will be in the same position. Someday they will be there, and I'm hoping somebody takes kindness on them, unlike what they have done to me and or other people. You ever walked by somebody who is homeless or jobless and you think to yourself, get a job? Well, it's not that easy. It's not that easy to get a job. All depends on the economy of the local town you're in. All depends on you as a person, if you fit that mold that they're looking for of that business. All depends your mental state, if you're able to work. There are some people that look normal, but just below the surface there's something more going on that people can't see, that renders them so they're not able to function in society at all, or well in society at all. Not all disabilities are visible disabilities. Sometimes you can't physically see them. You know, you don't have to be in a wheelchair to be disabled. Somebody in the mall is crying hysterically. Everybody thinks they're just delusional, or you know, need to take a pill and calm down. Well, that anxiety they're feeling is real, and maybe instead of being judgmental toward them and telling them to shut up, maybe they need a hand lent toward them to calm them down and say, hey, do you need a ride home, or need me to call somebody for you, and things like that. I could go on and on and on things I've experienced in the last couple of years, or seen in the last few years, or had done to me in the last few months, and it doesn't really give me much hope for the human race for the future. You know, we've grown cold toward each other. It seems the bitterness is more and more than there ever was, and the groups of people are more and more together than they ever were, and it seems the only time they ever get together to lend a hand is after a tragedy has happened. After something has happened, and then they get together and say, oh, he was a good person, I wish we could have done more. Well, in the meantime, the person was crying out for help. Whether it was through several failed business attempts, or growing a scruffy beard, or withdrawing from friends and family, or pulling out of a marriage, or giving up, selling, throwing away everything he ever owned or worked for. You know, maybe some people should have reached out then, rather than just turning a blind eye until after something had happened. But that being said, guys, it is what it is, and around we go. I do have a fan mail box for fan mail needs. The address is down below, as well as the links for the social medias. We do have an Instagram page as well. The link is down below. Give us a follow, give us a like, send us a message, send us a letter for the fan mail. If you take the time to write me and include an address and a postal code or a zip code, I will write you back. And as always, thanks for watching Maxwell's Vlogs. Comment, subscribe, and enjoy.